And in this video we are going to see some amazing real world examples using list in Python. Now guys, you may be using a lot of applications, you may be using a lot of apps, some or the other way there are many smaller modules where specifically list can be used. So over here I'll be showing you some of the examples. Yes, we are not going to develop a complete end-to-end project like kind of thing, but it's more about understanding what applications specifically this kind of data structures list is used. Okay. So the first example that I'm actually going to do is something called as manage a to-do list, right? So we will try to create a list which will keep the track of all the tasks that you are planning to do. Okay. So let's say I will just go ahead and create a variable to-do list. Okay. And inside this, let's say today my task is I've opened my app and I've probably selected, okay, today I need to buy groceries. Let's say I need to buy groceries. The second task that I really want to do is that clean the house, okay, which is necessary, clean the house. And let's say the third task that I have is something called as pay bills, right? Now, let's say after some time, I had to get some kind of task. I got some more task and now I want to add that particular task to my to-do list. So right now in the to-do list is already a list. So we know some of the inbuilt methods that we have already discussed, like how we can make sure that how we can add more tasks in our plate, right? So what I will do, I will just go ahead and use this to-do list dot append, right? And inside this append, I can probably go ahead and say, okay, schedule meeting is one of my tasks. I need to schedule a specific meeting with someone. Okay, so this can be one of our tasks. And after finishing my work, let's say I want to go to a run, so I will go ahead and append another task over here, something like go for a run. Okay, go for a run. Okay, so this is my another task that I really want to do. Let's say that I have done out of all these tasks, I have started my day, and the first task that I have actually done is cleaned my house. Okay, so what I will do is that after I probably in my app, after I complete this particular task, I will make sure to remove that particular task. And once I removed, right, a completed task in the back end, what kind of code will be written, so from my to-do list, right, which will be in the session, we'll talk more about session and all. I will just go ahead and remove clean the house task over here. So I will just go ahead and copy this entire thing, and I will just go ahead and say, hey, this is completed, so please remove this particular task from my list, and then let's go ahead and check, okay, whether this particular task after removing it is present or not. So here I will say checking if a task is in the list. Okay, and here I'll say, hey, if let's say pay bills is there. Okay, pay bills is there in the task. Okay, in to_do list, then I will say print. I'll send a reminder for me, hey, don't forget to pay the utility bills. Let's say this is my utility bill. Okay, utility bills. Okay, so this is just like a reminder that I'm actually getting. And let's say after finishing all the work, how many tasks I really want to probably how many tasks are remaining if I want to print it, right? So I'll just go ahead and write print. This is my to-do list that are remaining, to-do list remaining, and I will just go ahead and print for task in my to-do list. Print, let's go ahead and print with the help of f string. F is basically a formatting string, and this will just go ahead and display my task, right? Now, obviously here I'll be able to see that from my task, this clean the house should not be there, and I should have this both the tasks that should be appended in my to-do list. So let me just go ahead and execute it. So here you can see, hey, don't forget to pay the utility bills, because I got a reminder saying that over there, because pay bills is still there in my to-do list. Then the remaining to-do list that are remaining, that are like buy groceries, pay bills, schedule meeting, go for a run, right? So all this specific things are there, and I will be able to keep a track of it. So extensively, I know in a bigger application, you'll be seeing that a to-do list specifically uses list, because with the help of list, you can actually remove it, you can add it, you can append a new task over there, and everything can be created through it, right? So whichever programming languages you specifically go ahead with, list will be a common data structure that will be used extensively. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see another example. So here you have something called as organizing student grades. Okay. And now I will just go ahead and copy and paste it over here, a code for you. So here you can see organizing student grades. So I have some grades over here, 85, 92, 78, 90, 88. So I am adding a new grade. Let's say new grade has actually come. So I'll go ahead and append a grade inside this. Then we'll go ahead and calculate the average grade. So this is my average grade. Find the highest and the lowest grade. Let's say by using inbuilt function like max of grades, I'll be able to get the highest grade. And another inbuilt function by min, I'll be able to get the lowest grade. So this is how I will be able to see my highest and lowest grade, right? So such a simple example, but here you can also see that extensively list is basically used. And just by using this inbuilt function like sum, right, which will basically get applied in a collection, specifically in a list, right? Over here, you'll be able to see that I'm able to calculate sum of grades, length of grades, and then I'm able to calculate the average one, right? So this is another one example with respect to organizing student grades. And here you can see average grade is so much, highest grade is so much, lowest grade is so much. So that is what I'm actually doing to calculate the average of the students. Okay. Now, one more example that I've actually taken is managing an inventory. Okay. So managing an inventory basically means I'm trying to just manage an inventory. Whenever we do like e-commerce site, you know, inventory is the major thing that will be managed by the entire company itself, right? So here you can see, let's say in my inventory, I have apples, bananas, orange, grapes. Okay. So these are all the items that is present in my inventory. And then I'm adding a new item, which is called as append strawberries. Okay. Now with respect to this particular strawberries, this is the new item that has come and I'm appending it. Whenever there is one item that has been ordered by someone, so once we deliver it, we have to remove that particular item. So we have removed that particular item called as bananas. Let's say bananas was ordered by someone. So I have just removed this. Okay. After the delivery done, checking if an item is in stock. So if I'll say item is equal to oranges, if this item is present in inventory, I'll go ahead and say, hey, they are in stock, otherwise they are out of stock, then we can go ahead and print the inventory. So here you are able to see that we are able to manage everything in the form of list. Yes, the scale of data will be quite huge, but internally these all data structures will be specifically used. So this is another one amazing example. So if I go ahead and execute it, here you can see oranges are in stock since orange was already present over here. And then inventory list, you can actually find apple, oranges, grapes, and strawberries. Okay. Now this was one more example, a good one. Now I hope you are able to understand what all beautiful use cases are definitely there. Now this one, I'll just give you the task. Please go ahead and explore it. Okay. And just try to see whether you are able to understand it or not. Okay. So this is the code. Collecting user feedbacks. Use a list to collect and analyze user feedback. So here is my user feedback. Great service, very satisfied, could be better, excellent service. Let's say another feedback is added, not happy with the service. Okay. So we are just counting the specific feedback. So I'll say 1 for comment in feedback if great in comment dot lower. Okay. Now see, here we have also used something amazing, right? So I'm saying for comment in feedbacks, we are exploring it. Okay. If a great word is present in that comment. Okay. If in all these comments, great is present. So we are just going to do the summation with respect to 1. Like if anytime great is present, I'm going to take 1, right? Or excellent in comment dot, right? So we are just going to do how many number of time great or excellent is present. We are just going to keep on adding it up. Okay. So here you can see positive feedback count we are able to get. So this is the variable. And then finally you can see print user in feedback, comments in feedback, and we are printing it. I hope you are able to understand. So over here with respect to the output, positive feedback count is 2. That basically means if great and excellent is present over here, we are just going to count it down. Okay. So 2 times we have actually found out. So user feedback are like great service, very satisfied, could be better, excellent experience. And the last feedback was not happy with the service. So that is also appended over here. So these are some of the